A full moon in Cancer, Monday, January 13th, 2025. This is a very emotional, sensitive, psychic full moon. It's bringing culmination and illumination around topics like family, home, mothers, safety, security, privacy. Hello, my name is Eliane Nicole. I'm your astrologer and tarot reader. And in this video, I am going to talk about the full moon of Cancer and all of the transits and what we might expect to unfold over the next couple of days. But first, I want to say, if you are watching this on Instagram, I'm just going to post the first couple of minutes here. The entire video will be available on my YouTube channel, Eliane Nicole. My YouTube channel is my name, Eliane Nicole. Please find me there. If you're following me on YouTube, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Please like, please comment, please share. It helps me in the algorithm, and it puts me in a position to continue to give these free astrological offerings. And if you are watching on Instagram, please make sure that you are following astrology.tarot.Eliane Nicole. But go over to YouTube where you can see the video in its entirety. And now, without further ado, I'm going to talk about the full moon of Cancer. And I just want to start by saying it's very difficult for me to do these videos right now. I'm behind in videos. You know, I'm in Los Angeles. My city has been on fire for the past few days. This is my hometown where I was born and raised, and I've spent time in all parts of the city, and it's utterly heartbreaking to witness what's going on. I'm grateful to be safe and healthy, and you know, that you know, my parents and my siblings and my whole family is safe and out of the line of fire. So I want to stay in gratitude about that, but I have many friends and colleagues and, you know, people who I've known over the years. I know way too many people whose homes have burned down and who have lost all of their material things. I won't say lost everything, because people have their lives, they have their children, they have their pets, and that is definitely something to be grateful for. But it's been very difficult for me to record videos with all of this going on, because I'm just feeling it all very deeply, and it's very, it's tough. But at the same time, I am realizing that the stars and the planets are carrying so much wisdom about what's going on here on planet Earth, not only in Los Angeles, but all over the country and all over the world. You know, as I was watching my videos leading up to 2025, you know, I thought I was speaking metaphorically, but for Los Angeles, a lot of the things that the planets were saying were very literal, and I won't go over that again because I already did a post about that. Right now, I'm going to talk about the full moon in Cancer. And full moons always bring illumination and or culmination to some area of our lives. On a personal level, you're going to look at what house it's in your birth chart to see where it's bringing some clarity or shining a light or bringing some illumination. But collectively, it's around Cancer themes. So family, mothers, home, security, safety. This Cancer full moon happens to be conjunct Mars, the god of war. And so Mars is currently debilitated in the sign of Cancer, retrograde, and also out of bounds. So having this Mars next to the full moon, it can be very temperamental, it can be very fiery, it can be, you know, injurious, it can be, you know, it can bring up just a lot of irritation or frustration, hot tempers, you know, hot emotions or literally, you know, hot circumstances. Mars rules things like heat, but also fighting and war and irritation, frustration. Mars rules guns and knives and police. And so having Mars, the god of war, conjunct the full moon of Cancer, it feels like a pot of boiling water that's bubbling over and could potentially, you know, really burn. Not to mention, as the sun moves into Leo, so the new moon is at 24 degrees Cancer. So if you have any, it'll be very personal to most Cancers and people who have planets in the cardinal signs around anywhere from 21 to the 27 degrees of the cardinal signs: Cancer, Aries, Libra, Capricorn, will really feel it personally. But we're all going to be reading about this Cancer full moon in the headlines. You know, what it's reflecting. And it's also square Chiron, the wounded healer. And so this is definitely opening a wound, you know, opening a deep wound. And it's requiring action of some kind in order to heal or tend to the wound. And for some people, this can be an emotional wound. For some people, it can be a physical wound. For others, it might be a structural wound. You know, in Los Angeles, this could mean a landscape wound, you know, the wound of the land that we're dealing with. The archetypes express on many different levels. So yeah, this is a Cancer full moon, brimming over with emotion, conjunct the god of war, and square the wounded healer. So, as the moon moves into Leo tomorrow at 1:12 a.m. Tuesday, the 14th, it will immediately be opposing Pluto, god of the underworld. So you see how this full moon is triggering the Mars-Pluto opposition that began 2025, which is why, if you had seen my previous videos, and many other astrologers were predicting a very violent, fiery, explosive start to 2025, which we've seen in many different places, you know. It's going down. And but this full moon is kind of reigniting the flames. It's reigniting. Oh my God. Yeah. So as it moves into Leo, it will be waning, but it immediately opposes Pluto, god of the underworld, in Aquarius, air, wind. At the same time, you know, Venus and Pisces will be squaring Jupiter in Gemini, who's retrograde, and those are the two benefics, but it's still a square. But it does show that, I don't know, some grace and good luck even in tough situations and tough circumstances. Sometimes the square of the benefics can be too much of a good thing. You know, that's happening on the 14th, and then on the 15th, the sun will oppose Mars. And so the sun opposing Mars is like a full Mars, like a full moon. So this is, again, a debilitated, out of bounds god of war. So it is, you know, again, this is a very emotional time, heightened emotions, heightened sensitivities, around, you know, the topics of family, mothers, parents, home, safety, security, homeland security is even, you know, at threat. You know, Capricorn will be at 20, the sun will be at 26 degrees as it opposes Mars at 26 degrees on the 15th. And I'm talking about all of these because it kind of, this full moon goes together with, it's conjunct Mars, and then Mars will oppose the sun exactly in 2 more days. And so there is a very strong Martian warrior, fiery, kind of injurious, temperamental, reactive nature to this full moon. The moon is at home in Cancer. Cancer is one of the most emotional and sensitive signs of the zodiac. It's also a very psychic full moon. You know, it can be a very creative full moon. I really want to say some nice things about it. I mean, it is a cozy full moon, you know. Cancer is about coziness and you know, snacks and making your home very, you know, cozy. But in a time where so many people are losing their homes, it's so hard to imagine or talk about that. But, you know, at the same time, this full moon is also trine Neptune, and it is important. Imagination is important. It's important to imagine a better future because that's how we build it. You know, there's the imagination aspect. There's also the nuts and bolts and the hard-working aspect, but imagination is so important. The dream for the future is so important, even in the darkest of times. And you know, no matter what is happening on planet Earth, when it is written in the stars, it definitely means that there is a spiritual meaning to it. There are spiritual lessons. There are things that, you know, ways that we are supposed to learn and evolve and grow and integrate and transform. That's our work as spiritual beings having this human experience. You know, whether or not we can understand it, everything is in divine order. And when it's written in the cosmos, that really lets us know. And I just want to say this Victor Hugo quote again. I've read it before in another context and another reading, but it seems poignant in these times. God makes visible to men his will in events, an obscure text written in a mysterious language. Men make translations of it forthwith, hasty translations, incorrect, full of mistakes, gaps, and misreadings. Very few minds understand the divine tongue. The most sagacious, the most serene, the most profound decipher slowly. And with that, have a happy full moon in Cancer. If you would like to contact me for a reading, I will put a link in the description below to book a reading with me. If you would like to buy me a coffee or a tea as a thank you for this free offering, I will put a link to make a donation. But yes, I would love to read for you. I read on Zoom. I read for people anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. 2025 is the year that everything changes. It's a great time to get a reading. And I look forward to reading for you, and I will be back soon with a video about the nodes shifting. The lunar nodes of fate have shifted to the Pisces Virgo axis, and I will be recording a video on that. It happened January 11th, so I'm a little behind, but I will be coming up closely with a video on that. So thank you for joining me, and wishing everybody a very safe and cozy Cancer full moon.